All right, Arsenal 3, Real Madrid 0. Time to get into the player ratings. I'm so happy with that performance. Unbelievable. I think everybody played well today, so let's get into it. David Raya didn't have a lot to do today. We shut down Real Madrid's attack pretty much from start to finish. I know they had that Mbappe chance in the first half. But besides, they had two shots on target after the first half, and one of them was that Mbappe chance. The other one was Mbappe's shot from like 30 yards out. And then in the second half, I think they only had one shot on target. So we locked him down, and David Raya did everything he was supposed to do, really. Didn't make any mistakes. I thought his kicking was fine. His goalkeeping was good. I'm going to give David Raya a 7. Urian Timber gets an 8. He locked up Vinicius. Absolutely locked him up. There were a couple times where Vinicius was running at him. A ball was slid through to him to run in behind, but each time Urian Timber stepped up and, was able to force him backwards, or, it led to a nothing chance. 8. William Saliba, 8. 8. I thought William Saliba was fantastic today. There was a moment in the first half where Vinicius was through and he had an opportunity to play a pass to Mbappe, but Saliba was in the perfect position to cut it out. He was able to block the pass, and I thought that overall him and Kivior handled Mbappe very well. So he gets an 8. Kivior gets an 8. I'm teetering on giving him a 9, but I thought he was spectacular today. I was very worried about him. I wanted to see Ben White instead of him, but Mikel Arteta made a fantastic decision in hindsight and, gave Kivior the start. I felt like he locked up Mbappe. Didn't really keep him to much. And, I'm sorry, held him to very little. That's a better way of saying that. And I felt that his performance overall was fantastic, so he gets an 8. Miles Lewis-Skelly, 8. Another 8. He is so mature. Actually, I'm going to give him a 9. I'm going to give Miles Lewis-Skelly a 9. I felt that he was unbelievable today. Quieted Rodrigo. Rodrigo didn't do much. He was very good going forward. There were so many times where he got on the ball, especially in the first half, where he got on the ball and he used his body to either draw a foul, position himself to run forward, position himself for a good pass, just a very smart, a very clever player. And I felt that, today he did very well. So I'm going to give him a 9. Thomas Partey, this guy gets a 9. I thought he controlled that midfield spectacularly. Unbelievable from Thomas Partey. I felt that, he was destroying well in the midfield. I felt that he controlled the tempo, playing from deep. I felt that on the ball he was excellent. Off the ball he was excellent. Just a well-rounded performance from Thomas Partey. He gets a 9. Declan Rice, man of the match, obviously 10. 10. There's no question about it. Those two free kicks, okay? Those two free kicks were unbelievable. The first one, where he just curled it around that wall. The curl on that was spectacular. And, it rippled the back of the net. It beat Courtois for pace. Unbelievable. The second free kick was top corner. Sensational. Sensational. And then for the third goal, he drove into that space, gave it to Trossard, who then gave it to Lewis Skelly, who then gave it to Marino. Just an unbelievable performance from Rice as well. He had that header that got saved by Courtois, but I thought he was unbelievable today, and he gets a perfect 10. Martin Odegaard, I'm going to give him a 7. I thought about giving him a 6. I'm going to give him a 7. I think it would be harsh for me to give him a 6. I felt that today he played well. Picking up those pockets of space. Real Madrid, the thing with their formation, with Bellingham playing left, is that, it's a very compact 4-4-2. And, when Real Madrid were in possession, Jude Bellingham would drift into that, number 10 position. But when we had the ball, they were very compact, and Martin Odegaard was going out wide right and collecting the ball, helping start attacks. I felt like his passing for the most part was good. He played 1 or 2 balls in behind that were good. Very solid from him. I'm going to give him a 7. Bukayo Saka, I'm going to give him a 7 as well. Won those two free kicks. Excellent. Sorry, there's something going on behind me that's pretty funny. Or in front of me that's pretty funny. Bukayo Saka, 7. He won those 2 free kicks. He was having a go at David Alaba. Did all right. It's his first start since he came back from injury. So I wasn't expecting too much from him today. But he's our best player. And, today he got doubled up on by Bellingham, by Alaba. There was a time where he went past both of them and put in a delicious ball across the box that nobody was there to attack. But it was still a fantastic ball. And, I think based off his performance, he came off. I'm going to give him a 7. Martinelli. Martinelli. I'm going to give him a 7 as well. He had a couple of shots that, troubled Courtois. I felt that he was attacking Valverde well. There was a moment, there were a couple moments where Valverde was able to cut it out and stop him. I think for the most part he troubled Valverde. And he had a good performance. So I'm going to give him a 7. Mikel Merino gets an 8. That was a fantastic finish for the goal. Absolutely fantastic finish. It was just inside the 18-yard box, in the air a little bit, hits it into the bottom corner, beats Courtois, unbelievable. And I also felt that his overall play, which is something that I haven't seen a lot from him since going into that striker position, but his overall play I thought was excellent. He was able to drop into pockets of space, collect the ball, keep it moving, and then he dropped into midfield. I thought he performed well when he dropped into midfield. When Trossard went up front. So I'm going to give him an 8. Time to get into the substitutes. Tierney, I'm going to give him a 5. Didn't really do much. Had a decent amount of time, but not a ton. Trossard, 5 for the same reasons, really. I'm going to give Trossard a 6. he just kept himself onside for that third goal. And then he was able to cut it back to Lewis Skelly, who then cut it back from Marino. So, even though, Miles Lewis Skelly kind of did all the work for that, I'm going to give Trussard some credit there. So I think he gets a 6. Who else? Who else came on? Ben White came on. I'm going to give him a 5. I feel like I'm forgetting somebody. I don't know. If I'm forgetting somebody, let me know in the comments. I'm not too sure. But anyway, Mikel Arteta, 9. Unbelievable. Very good performance from the team today. Team selection, he got the Kivior decision right. I thought it was an obvious choice to bring Saka back into the starting 11, but it worked. It paid off today. And I felt that, I'm going to give Arteta a ton of credit for the way the team played, for the aggressive start we had in the game. Fantastic all around. So he gets a 9. I don't normally rate the fans, but I will for today. 10. They were absolutely outstanding. And that's probably the best atmosphere at the Emirates since Barcelona 2011. It's unfortunate that it's been that long since we've had a game like this today, but that was unbelievable. But that's just been the unfortunate reality, and today was unbelievable. And I thought the fans were excellent. I'm gonna give the referee a 5. I thought that the referee was a little poor today. I felt like in the first half he was calling some fouls on us that he gave to Real Madrid that weren't fouls. I felt like there was an instance where I think it was Lewis Skelly who got fouled, or who I thought got fouled, but the referee didn't think so. I don't know. But then again, the referee didn't have any big decisions to make. Didn't really get much wrong. Besides a couple of foul calls. The sending off of Camavinga was deserved. He kicked the ball away out of frustration, and he was already on a yellow card, so that deserved a second yellow. So I'm going to give the referee a 5. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please let me know your ratings in the comments. Leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.